The first thing that I want to go through is just dealing with the rational zero test. All right, and the rational zero test is going to be important for us to be able to determine all the possible rational zeros. Rational, you think of integers, and you think of fractions, right? Only all the possible rational zeros. So when dealing with the rational zeros, there's two parts that we're interested in. There's one is our p, which is our constant of our polynomial. And then we have our q, which is our leading coefficient. All right? So all the rational zero test pretty much tells us to do is to take the factors of plus or minus of p over q. So let's go and take a look at p. And I see, what are all the factors of p? Well, p is 6. So I say, what two numbers multiply to give me 6? And you could say, yes, 3 and 2, and 1 and 6. And then we go and look at q. And we can say q is 5. And we know that 5 is a prime number. So therefore, the only two factors are 1 and 5, right? That means it's prime, right? When the only two factors are itself and 1, right? Just a little definition again to go back. So 5 and 1. So therefore, what I do is I take the factors of 6, and I'll just label them. So it's going to be plus or minus 6, 3, 2, 1, over 5, comma 1. And I like to label all the factors like this. You guys, you can shortcut it if you want to. You don't have to write down all the information that I write down. But I like to write it down just as the pure factors. And that really helps me, because now when I do plus or minus p over q, you're going to see I'm going to have a long list of all these possible factors. So a couple ways you can do this. You can write plus or minus for every single rational zero you want. Or if you just want to write plus or minus and then put parentheses, meaning it's going to be plus or minus everything, that's OK as well. So now I just write out all the possible fractions. So I could do 6 over 5, 6 over 1. 3 over 5, 3 over 1. 2 over 5, 2 over 1. 1 over 5, 1 over 1. And that's it. So we have 6 over 5, comma, 6 over 1 is just 6. 3 over 5, 3 over 1 is just 3. 2 over 5, 2 over 1 is just 2. 1 over 5, or 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I have a rational zero, this does not tell you you have a rational zero. But if you have a rational zero, it is going to be in the form of one of these numbers. All right? And I'll explain later how we're going to use this to our advantage. OK? So that's the number of possible rational zeros.